everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right, so I am back to finish off this series of videos that I have been doing for the 4K collector's editions of Back to the Future. So naturally, I am going to be finishing off with Back to the Future Part 3. Now, if you are interested in seeing more releases when it comes to this series of movies, I have an edition here beside me. I completely forgot that I'd done a video for this, and I just wanted to make you aware of it. And it is this one right here. This is the 35th anniversary 4K collector's edition. And inside this box, you get those 3 steelbooks to form one picture. You also get a couple of nice goodies in there as well, and it's all housed in this VHS cassette tape. I think it's a rather nice looking edition, and like I said, I just wanted to make you aware of it. So what I'll do is, I will leave a link in the description below for that video. And like I said, if you're interested in seeing more releases when it comes to Back to the Future, I think you'll really appreciate this one. So yes, that option is there for you. And it goes without saying, I will be back in a minute or two to take you around this one and give you a proper look at it. Happy to do so. Now, I have to tell you, when it comes to Back to the Future Part 3, it was not love at first sight for myself. It took me multiple viewings to fully appreciate it. There was a lot of things going against it at the time for myself. Now, in the last video I'd done for Part 2, I mentioned how easy it was to love that sequel, and it's because the original movie features so heavily throughout it. Back to the Future 3 doesn't have that. It feels more like a standalone movie, and that always kind of worked against it for myself. It just didn't have that connection that the first two had. So it kind of lost me there for a little bit. Not only that, but at the time, I really wasn't big into Western movies, and when I found out that this was going to be a Western, I was like, oh, it didn't sit well with me. But as I mentioned, I stuck with it, and I have to tell you, I love the movie, and I think it's a very fitting end to that trilogy. I love what they've done with it, because Michael J. Fox had his time in the sun when it comes to the first 2 movies, and they decided for the third one, okay, we're going to give Doc Brown his opportunity. And it really is a love story, and I love the fact that Doc Brown is featured so heavily throughout it. So it was a brave move to do that, and I think it worked out, I really do. And the way that it all concludes, particularly with its ending, it just had this, it had a full stop. It was one of those things where I was like, don't dare do another sequel. And I have to tell you, I'm so happy they never went near it. Like I said, it wraps up perfectly. It's a fantastic trilogy. And I have to tell you, I'm so happy, even though the collector's editions are not what I was hoping they were going to be, I'm still very happy to have them in my collection. And I did mention in the first video that I done when it comes to part 3, this is the best of the lot when it comes to the 4K restoration. There is times during this movie where it feels like a modern 4K transfer. That's how convincing it is. But that's no surprise because it's a Western. So you're getting a lot of outdoor scenes, a lot of natural light, and again, that all lends well to a very convincing looking 4K transfer. And I have to tell you, this one shines through from start to finish. And it comes with an equally impressive Dolby Atmos soundtrack. I don't think it's quite as immersive as the first 2, but take nothing away from it. It's a solid Atmos soundtrack, and I think you'll have few complaints with it. Right, so I am going to take you around this release, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So here we go. Right, so finally, Back to the Future Part 3. So, once again, they've stuck to the same theme that we got on the previous 2 editions, where the only bit of spot glossing that's going on is in terms of the title of the movie. But of course, we are getting that classic artwork, and it's much similar to the other 2 as well. The only difference being Clara's in this one, and you'll see in the background, the clock tower is only being built. So I mentioned it in previous videos, I am a huge fan of this artwork, and it's the reason to why I wanted to buy these collector's editions. So anyway, that is a main look at the main artwork in this. So once again, I'll show you the top of the box. Once again, you got the title there. Just like the others, there's nothing going on in terms of the bottom. And this is the spine. So I have the other 2 releases beside me, and I will show you all three of them side by side and show you how them spines match up. They're perfect. Anyway, right around to the back. Sorry about my fingerprints. So as you can see on this one, they have kind of opted just for the two hats, for Doc and Marty. And as you can see, you kind of got that purple hue going on that was on the other two editions as well. So again, I mentioned it in the previous videos, there's something about the simplicity of the artwork that I really do like on the backs of these. So I'll just take you in close just to give you just a proper look at those hats. Again, I hope you can make it out. It is a bit dark. Anyway, so that is the back of the box. And this is the contents that we're going to be looking at. Right, so like the other video, I will start with the envelope. And once again, keeping up with the other ones, as you can see, it says do not open until 1955. And it says the Palace Saloon on the top left corner. So yeah, these, even the envelopes match up perfectly with each other when it comes to the three releases. It's great to see. Anyway, in we go. So just let me close this up. There we go. Right, so the first thing you get here is, it's essentially a timeline. It's basically showing you all the times they have been through the entire trilogy. Not only that, but you also get the, you know, the alternate or the changed timelines as well. So yes, it's just going through a bit of that. So again, I don't know how well you can pick that up. Maybe pause the image and you should be able to give it a read. I hope you can. But yeah, it's just like I said, going through all the timelines. There's nothing going on in terms of the back. Now, you've also got a blueprint of the DeLorean itself. Thankfully, I can actually get it into frame. But yeah, it's exactly what it is a blueprint. And I'm almost certain I might have this in another release, but I think I have it much bigger than what we see here. Or maybe there's just more to it. I can't quite remember. It might be in that 35th anniversary edition, funny enough, that I mentioned at the start of the video. So yeah, that's the blueprint, and you see the flux capacitor in the middle there as well. This is a bit lazy once again. This kind of reminds me of the portrait that we got in the first edition where it showed Marty with his brother and sister. Because I have this card in a previous edition and it's done with a lenticular and it has Emmett Brown on one side of it, but when you turn it, it changes to Clint Eastwood. So yeah, it's lazy. There's no other word for it. They should have just put a lenticular feature on it because it actually works quite well when you actually see it. So yeah, there you go. You got the gravestone of Emmett Brown and Clint Eastwood. Right, so just like the previous release, when we got this kind of concept artwork when it comes to the hoverboards, this one they're covering once again the DeLorean. So it's a real hard cardboard, and I think there's 5 of them altogether. Actually, is that upside down? Sorry, let me turn that back around properly, just to give you a proper look at that one. So yeah, like I mentioned, 5 of them all together. So there you have it. Now, so what else have we got here? We've got the letter that Doc sent Marty right at the start of the movie. And again, I'm not going to be reading this for you, so what I'll do is I'll take it in close, and if you do want to pause it, by all means do so. But yeah, to go into proper detail with this, as you can see, there's actually 3 letters all together, and even got Western Union written on the top of it. So this was a nice touch to see something that you see in the movie. And that's the good thing you get with these Back to the Future editions. That's what you get a lot of in terms of the goodies. And as you can see, the paper does have this kind of aged look to it. So yeah, that is the 3 letters that you get inside this set. Of course, you get this lovely picture as well of Doc and Marty, and of course you got the the clock there behind them as well. So yeah, it was nice once again to see this feature in the set, and this was a no-brainer. This should have been in this release. And nothing on the back of it. So that's all the goodies that you get inside this one. So all that's left to do is to show you the Steelbook. And as I mentioned, every single aspect of this release goes perfectly together, and the same can be said for the Steelbooks. They complement each other so very well. And just like all the other ones, they have these kind of matte finish, but you'll see some, you know, added spot glossing to the title of the movie once again. And as you can see, it really does stand out. And just like the other Steelbooks, they're covering, you know, you see a few characters there. You know, you got Michael J. Fox there. You got Mad Dog there as well. Doc is up there. And then, of course, you got the 3 there as well. You see the train there in the background. So, yeah, I think this might be, in terms, believe it or not, in terms of the colour scheme, I think this might be my favourite out of the 3. Which is strange for me to say, because one of them was red and black. And you know how I feel about that colour scheme. Anyway, that's the main artwork on this one. This is the spine of it. And this is the back of the Steelbook. And just like the other ones, they are just showing quite a few scenes throughout the movie. So there's the gravestone of Doc, Marty standing over it. You got Clara there on the horse. Then of course you got Mad Dog and Marty once again, and Doc just above. So there you have it. That is the back of the Steelbook. And what I'll do is I'll open it up in full and give you a proper look at it. There we go. Right, so that's the Steelbook. So turn it in. And you know what? I'm not going to take out the disc because I actually can't get behind them because I have no fingernails. But it's just like the other Steelbooks. The back picture is showing you all the contents that you've seen in this release, so there's no need to show it to you. But as you can see, this is a 3-disc set. You got the 4K Blu-ray, and then of course the bonus disc. So that is everything when it comes to this release. Now, what I wanted to quickly do is bring in the other 2, and I just wanted to show you what they look like in terms of the spines. But that is the 3 of them together, and as you can see, absolutely perfect, really are. And not only that, but when you actually see them facing out, they just look so great together. Let me put them beside it. There we go. And that's the 3rd one. So that's the 3 all together. And I think now you get an understanding of why I wanted to pick all of these up. I think they look rather beautiful. Right, so there you have it. That is everything when it comes to this release of Back to the Future Part 3. Right, so that is a wrap when it comes to all of these 4K collector's editions of Back to the Future, and I'm almost certain that this is the last 4K collector's edition we are getting from Universal this year. They did leave it late once again, and I don't know why they do that, and I really do hope they come back strong next year, because this year wasn't near as good as last year, but I do remain optimistic because I am a fan of everything that they do, and even though these 3 releases didn't quite live up to my expectations, I am still very, very happy to have them in my collection. So with that said, I am going to let you go. So as per usual, if you did like what you see here, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you could do, leave a comment down below, and please share your thoughts on this movie and what did you think of this release of it. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.